Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Malikicowtipper bringing you another game of StarCraft 2. Today my opponent will be Qwasar, so we're going to jump right into this replay, and I'm pretty excited to be bringing this game, because this details a pretty, I would say as a Zerg, just a very infuriating strategy that I've been seeing a lot in the 1400 level Diamond Leagues, and what's kind of interesting about that is, I really didn't see this, up until about a week ago. It was just, and my opponent will be a Protoss. I'm going to kind of ruin the whole introduction of the race and the color and the position on the map experience for you right now, and up until about a week ago, I was seeing almost nothing but just pure, solid 4-gates from my Protoss opponents. Like, it was the only thing that a Protoss could do. Like, they were just hardwired to do that. No, he's GLHFing me right off the bat, and I'm telling him to have good luck and have fun too, because, we're all in playing StarCraft for fun. I don't know about you guys, but I'm here to win. Speaking of that, I've just been getting destroyed in Diamond right now. Like, managed to keep a fairly even win-to-loss ratio, but just more losses than what I normally had, even more than I had a week or two ago when I first got into Diamond. Like, at first I lost a lot, then I started winning a lot, and I think it's like every time, it seems like when I find a strategy to adapt to what they're doing to beat me, all of a sudden it's just like the game just changes, boom. But that's always kind of cool because it keeps you on your toes. But anyway, Qwasar will be the blue Protoss in the upper right-hand corner of Steps of War versus me, the red Zerg, in the lower left-hand corner of Steps of War. Now, this is kind of an interesting map, and I actually removed it for about a week or so from my preferred maps list, just because this short rush distance really does not favor a fast expand build at all. It's just so easy to chrono boost out a couple zealots and just, ruin someone's day in that complete regard to this. So what I will be doing today with this build is getting up to 14, 15 supply, and then I'm going to be throwing down the Vespian gas and a spawning pool. Now, the reason why I like to do this is if you take a look at this, you can throw down that supply and then go right to your spawning pool, and you never really have to stop building drones. I guess I'm just a big hater of having to stop, and if it brings it out 10 or 15 seconds later, as long as it's not, an early rush, which I would have seen if I would have gotten over here and there already would have been a gateway, I would have dropped that spawning pool, like, right away, probably at like 12 or 13 supply. But seeing that the gateway, not even really finished yet, my spawning pool is about 3/4 finished right now, it means that I'm okay going for just a little bit of a later, a little bit more of an economical build, and then putting 3 drones on gas right away allows you to easily transition straight to speed if you want to banglings, maybe even just jump straight to lair, which is something that I've actually been experimenting around going straight to lair with this first one, because this hatchery over here will finish, right just a little bit after if you fast expand on, say, a bigger map, like Metropolis or, Lost Temple, and then you can do your queen down at this one down here, get your lair going up here, and you can have mutas out in the field by like 7 minutes. It may only be like 3 or 4 of them, but those early mutas are just completely not expected, and sometimes that's even before a Protoss will have even a stalker out on the field sometimes. But it depends on the build that they're going for. So we're seeing our first Zealot, and there goes the Cyber Core. So typical 4-gate build starts out like this, and then you almost immediately see a jump straight into Warp Gate. And as you can see right now, we're not seeing a jump to Warp Gate. We do have quite a bit of Chrono Boost being saved up right there, and it's going to be interesting to see what Qwasar decides to do. So there goes my expansion, and I will be sending out these 2 Zerglings to poke in here and to see what's going on. And what is our mystery build? And that would be a Stargate. So this is the build that I'm talking about, and this completely caught me off guard for the first time about 3 or 4 days ago, where all of a sudden I got pushed with early Void Rays, and I have not seen Void Rays in ZvP in, weeks. Just absolutely ridiculous. Probably the last game that I casted with Void Rays right before the nerf is where we saw that. And what a lot of Protoss have been doing, and here we're actually going to be seeing 2 more gateways going down. They'll Stargate, and then they'll go to a 3 or 4-gate build, and he's probably only going to build, maybe 3 to 4 Phoenixes with this starport right here, and he's just going to go around and he's going to start popping my overlords, he's going to gravity lift my queens, and trying to spread creep, and I could be doing a little bit of a better job at it, but we'll see how that goes throughout the rest of the game. And once those, and there's going to be that Chrono Boost going down to get those guys out, as quickly as possible, and there we go, just dropping another one, and that's how they can get them out so quickly, because they have a normally short build time, And let's see if he puts another one up right there. And I just guess for a quick harvester count, 21 to 22. I am up by one harvester. I have my base up and running over here. And I do have my queen just injecting larvae. Going to be building that up. So the goal really is with a fast expand build like this to have this base saturated with at least one gas by around that 530 mark. And I am starting to migrate drones over here. This could be done a little bit better, but I do have a healthy number of Zerglings out right now because I can't really quite remember, and I only played this game like 2 hours ago. I got a little distracted with the girlfriend because she's awesome. You know, she takes good care of me. I love her. Love you, Alice. Cool, she loves me. But we have more phoenixes coming in over here, and I think I might have been thinking about maybe morphing a bangling nest and trying to blow down this front wall. But I'm actually going to be sending out a scouting party right here just to see, see if he's going to be doing a fast expand or what's going to be going down. And this is just so easy with speedlings because they're just so damn fast. And I run this group up here, and this was actually kind of by mistake, but sometimes you will have them try to pull like a sneaky ninja expansion. The rocks are still up right there. I'm going to run them back around, and this is going to kind of tip me off right here to what happens. I'm going to pause it, actually pause it right here and take this over to my view. Slow this down for just a second. You can see right here I see 2 giveaways. Take it back to normal. There's cannons there, and there's not even, I didn't see a sentry, I barely, I didn't even catch a phoenix, and I didn't see warp gates. It's 7 minutes going to 8 minutes in the game, there should be warp gates. If he's doing a 4-gate build, at this point, I will need to be allocating every larva and every mineral towards Zerglings. You can see there's a spire going up right now because within a minute I'll be pushed out against, and this is what I'm expecting. So when I saw this, I expected the starport build, or I was hoping. You can actually see he's just transitioning straight into a robo facility. He probably doesn't plan on using this that much more. This is exactly what he's going to do with this. And then he's going to go for Colossus play. And he'll probably want to be expanding too, especially if he can get map control and not allow me to do anything. So my reaction to this was to throw down an evil chamber. And as you can see, I've already got a second queen right here. And I have another queen going down there. And I don't have another one there. But I'm thinking if I can get the queens with the creep connection, and the thing is, with your queens, you want to keep them bunched together. This is the kind of thing where even though it's going to hurt your larva production, you can't keep 1 queen here or 2 queens here, because if he's got 4, going to be 5 phoenixes, they've all got plenty of energy to gravitron beam stuff. And that's just really going to screw you over, if he starts popping your queens. But if you've got 3 or 4 queens, all in the same area, it's a little bit more effective, because at that point, if he gravitron beams, say, all 3 of those queens, it's going to take these guys a long time to shoot down the queen. And here I can keep replaying it right here, but right now, he's actually going to be focusing on my overlords, which, as much as I do not like losing the supply, that's actually going to give me time to get this Evo chamber down, and as soon as this Evo chamber is down, you can actually see I'm migrating these 2 queens over here and grouping them up, and I'm hoping that I can maybe start taking pop shots, at these phoenixes, but I am supply capped. Now that this is done, I'm going to be using the bulk of the mineral that I have right now to lay down spore crawlers. So right now he's just going to continue to go around and pop my overlords and just, in general, make life really miserable. And you can see that there's nothing else coming out of that starport, but he has the rally point set to right over here outside my base. He knows exactly what he's going to do with these coming over here. He's not going to see any overlords. I've already started migrating them. And he's going to snipe a drone or 2, but this is just a big waste of energy on his part. There go to a couple of the overlords. I'm moving these drones, and my spore crawlers are just finishing over here. And they're going to manage to snipe out both those overlords, and the asshole's spy capping me again, but all it takes is a few spore crawlers and a couple queens, and you should be able to effectively shut down. And I could have totally dropped the transfuse there and saved him and not be so horribly supply capped. But my 4 queens bulked together right here are going to be enough to push these 5 phoenixes back. And production tab, he's actually not building anything right now, which is kind of strange. Probably going to see robotics support bay, but right here now he's going to take the ability to expand, because he knows that I'm probably terribly supply capped, and at this point I'm panicking. I'm going to be pushing out overlords, but my plan is actually to send these lings out and make sure that he is not doing this. And no, guys, I'm actually not map packing at all. This is just game sense. These are the kind of things that you need to think to do, like these lings. Yes, he's not going to waste the energy from these guys on this. So what if you run into a pack of stalkers at this point? If he had a pack of stalkers, he'd push out and end the game. But if he's not pushing, he's just harassing, which he won't have that big of an army off of 1 base using these. You can send out your lings and just make sure that he's going to be contained. So that right there that's going to set him back. You know, that's definitely something that'll hurt him, because there goes the robotics support facility, and this is not an easy build to fund off of one base, and right here he manages to pop another Overlord. I'm supply capped again. Not anymore. But I've got these 4 queens out in the field, and now having this queen here along with these 4 crawlers, and he's actually going to move in, and he's going to start pecking away at this queen. Just look how long it takes these guys to kill the queen. And right here, this guy's actually going to get shot down, which is just awesome. And I'm migrating... Nope, I'm not migrating those queens. I guess I had no problem losing that Overlord, but I'm actually not going to be wanting to lose all of these Overlords over here, because this is just... that's a bad folly on my part. And I'm trying to rally them all over here because that's where the queens are. And do I get the transfuse off? No, I do not manage to get a transfuse off. And I'm just going to drop a preemptive transfuse right there. And, you know, having